You are listening to the Curtis and Jessica Variety Talk Show. My name is Jessica. This is a variety talk show where we talk about life, relationships, gossip, and news. There could be some profanity, but definitely lots of laughs.
All right, thanks again for tuning in. If you just joined us, you are listening to our very first show, our pilot show here on the Curtis and Jessica Variety Talk Show. So once again, thanks for tuning in. My name is Curtis. I'll be your host. And I have my lovely co-host to my right. Her name is Jessica, and she will introduce herself.
Hi, this is Jessica. I'm the zany one.
Hello, Jessica. With that being said, once more, my name is Curtis. Jessica, I guess, decided not to introduce me as she did yesterday.
Oh, wait, and our host is Curtis, the more
Any event,
conservative. You'll find out. Well, you'll definitely be able to tell the difference.
Well, thank you for your kind words. I really appreciate that. Once more, my name is Curtis, and I'll be your host. And you've already heard from Jessica. Before we start the show, we each have our own topics, and Jessica is going to be talking about her things that interest her. I'll be talking about a couple of items here. First, there was a man. Again, I've gotten this information from Yahoo News, the truth in news. So how about that? In any event, I'll be talking about a husband is accused of pushing his wife off of a cliff. And the ranger says the man cannot explain why on his park map that there was an X where his wife had fallen. So that's going to be very interesting. And my other one might seem a little bit boring to you, but it's not. We're going to make it fun. It's going to be about automation. So automation in a workplace, hey, what's happening with that? And what are your thoughts about it? But before we get started and talking about what I want to talk about, Jessica's going to give us a few words.
Okay. Well, I think we should remind our listening audience that everything that you're hearing is live. We make mistakes. We're just crazy, and these things that we're talking about, they're not jokes. This is the real deal, folks. So anyway, I like to start the show off with a profound thought of the day, but in addition to that, which I'll go back to.
But wait a minute, you didn't tell us what you're going to be discussing.
I'm about to.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So I'm going to talk about the great white shark. And then I ran across a Dear Abby article. Wow. So those are the things we're going to talk about. But let me go back.
Can I hear about the shark first?
No. I'm going to do the profound thought of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that we should take a break before we move on?
Well, yeah. Actually, it makes sense. Let's do that.
Okay.
All right, we are back here. Jessica's writing me love letters here. Let me
I'm not writing a love letter. The music that you're hearing, I just want you business owners to know that that spot right there, that piece of music, it can easily be replaced by, what is it called? An advertisement.
By your advertisement. And
advertisement space.
That's
for
the
your
love
business.
note that she was writing me. Yeah, once again, as Jessica mentioned, the music that you hear throughout the course of our show, that in fact can be your spot. If you're a business owner, salesman, whatever the case might be, if you're trying to increase your clientele, meet that sales quota, once again, as Jessica mentioned, you can have your spot right there where the music is playing. And again, we can allow us here on the Curtis and Jessica Variety Talk Show to help you build your business. So with that being said, Jessica is going to take the wheel.
All right, I'm going to move right on into the profound thought of the day. I like nonsense. It makes up the brain cells. Fantasy is a necessary ingredient in living. It's a way of looking at life through the wrong end of a telescope, which is what I do, and that enables you to laugh at the realities. That's by Dr. Seuss.
Wow. Very interesting. That almost sounds like something that you have to think about.
What do you have to think about?
I don't know. What was it? Give me the bite size piece of that. What's that about?
Dr. Seuss writes more than just cartoons.
Interesting. Well, I think he was always known as a deep thinker.
Do you like nonsense?
Yeah. Is that what you're just talking about? Is nonsense?
Is that the reason why we do this show? Because we like nonsense? Again, it makes up the brain cells.
Right. Very interesting. Thank you for that, Jessica.
You're welcome.
Very interesting. Well, with that being said, we've got a couple of topics that we're going to share with you. Jessica is going to be talking about what again? What are your topics, Jessica?
Well,
Talk to us.
first of all, I'm going to start off with the great white shark story. Really? Now, for those of you who are on Facebook, you would have seen the most ridiculous article that was posted by CNN iReport. Since you can't see what I'm looking at, I'll try and explain it to you as best as I can. So, what you see here is a big old sand pool that the people created to take care of this shark that went ashore. So you see them with little children's buckets, and they're trying to put water on the shark and keep him hydrated, for a lack of better words. And then you'll see a line of people standing there. Anyway, it's just ridiculous. But if you ever get a chance, look at CNN iReport and then search for the shark story. But the Great White Shark Rescue, Cape Cod, Mass.
Hey, Jessica.
Yes?
Before you get started, I'm curious, what is so ridiculous about the story?
You'll find out in just a moment.
Oh, okay.
CNN producer note. Dozens of beachgoers dug a trench to carry water to a great white shark that found itself stranded on Wellfleet Beach in Cape Cod, Massachusetts on Sunday. Reporter Stephen Work was at the beach with his family when he captured the rescue effort on video. We walked down there, and the first thing I noticed was a shark's fin, the freelance photographer said. It was a pretty massive great white shark. People at the time were just shuffling back and forth, pouring buckets of water into a little moat they had built to keep the shark cool. While the crowd managed to pull the shark back into the ocean, it was too late. The Boston Globe reported that the shark died after becoming beached on Sunday.
Oh, that's horrible.
And my response to that was, yeah, sure. If the shark wasn't already dead, it sure was after that stunt. What they thought was an act of kindness suffocated the thing. Because the reason why they suffocated it is because they grabbed the shark, a bunch of them, by his tail fin and pulled him backwards into the ocean.
Wow, very interesting. You know what, Jessica, that sounded really more like a novel that you were reading. So, I mean, the short end of it, you know, what's the short and sweet part of it?
Well, they tried to take this shark and they drug it by its tail. Let me go ahead and give you some details on what actually killed the shark probably. Most sharks can't even stay still. They need to be moving forward in order to force water through their mouths and over their gills. Otherwise, they'll suffocate. Some sharks can reach speeds of 20 miles per hour and can leap 20 feet above the water. while they can move really fast, they can't stop very quickly or go in reverse. They drug the shark by its tail and put him back into the water.
Wow.
It suffocated.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's really interesting. I think that maybe their intentions were well, they meant well about it, and they wanted to do the right thing. But that piece of information that you had just shared with me, I may have responded just like those people did.
Oh,
and hang on. And the reason why I'm saying it, because that last piece that you just shared, I wouldn't have known that. I would probably have rushed like the other people did, tried to save this shark, and only to find out all the help that I was trying to do was really not helpful, not helping the shark in any way. So I may, in fact, have done the same thing that people did. So I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I think it's ridiculous because when we go into the shark's world or home, which is the ocean typically, the shark doesn't care about saving us. The shark is going to eat us. So now the shark goes onto the land, and now all these people are all of a sudden wanting to break their neck to get the shark back into the water. Man, and then they did it all wrong.
That's horrible. I don't I don't get you, because it's like a child, for instance. A child is in a place or just lost, maybe wandered away from his parents. Do you say, well, poor child has wandered away from their from their parents, and just like walk away, continue eating your popcorn or drinking your smoothie?
What?
No, I mean, really. I mean, think about it. I mean, just kind of be here with me.
I think
so.
Maybe...
A child, in a sense, a small child, I should say, maybe cannot fend for him or herself.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that child is in a mall, lost, you with your friends or by yourself maybe, drinking a smoothie and eating popcorn, and the child is wandering and doesn't have anyone to take care of him or her, or obviously lost, do you just leave the child and say, oh, I'm afraid that I would do that wrong?
That's a child in a human environment, not a baby shark in a human environment.
Well, I don't know. It's one of those things. You know what? We're going to come back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's come back to that. That's
oh boy.
All right, we are back here on the Curtis and Jessica Variety Talk Show, and you are in fact listening to our very first show as our pilot, and we're doing it here. So we like to hear from you. We've got our Skype lines open, or at least Skype line open. Give us a call, or our username for Skype is going to be the Curtis and Jessica Variety Show. Again, that's going to be our Skype username. That once more is the Curtis and Jessica Variety Show on Skype. And you can also email us here on our show. That's going to be the Curtis and Jessica Variety Show at gmail.com. I know it's a mouthful, but that's what it is. Any event, again, that is the Curtis and Jessica Variety Show at gmail.com. You can email us your questions, concerns, or comments, or things that you would like to hear us talk about here on the show. We'd love to hear from you. And as I said earlier, the music that you hear throughout the course of the show is a spot created just for you if you are a business owner. Jessica agrees. So, yeah. Give us a call.
We'd like to replace our sexy music with an ad for you.